Hello, hello everyone. Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Just letting everyone connect. Turning on your audio. Hello. Hey. Good to see you. Just got a few people still coming in, turning on cameras, turning on audio. It's good to see you all. Welcome. And it's great to see all of these names because there's lots of names that we have been interacting with and booking in, knowing that you're going to be coming to join us in May. And it's actually really amazing to start to put these faces to names. So my name's Jo. I'm the business manager here at the NLP Academy. So we're really excited to welcome you today. And Michael's going to be on very shortly telling us more about the courses and what to expect for this incredible journey that is coming up very soon, sooner than we think. I know it's only January and I shouldn't be talking about May, but actually it's going to come around and it's so exciting. So we're really happy to have you here. I'm just going to wait just a couple more minutes as some more people arrive and we get some cameras on. I'm not sure if anyone else is able to turn on their cameras, but it's good to see you. How is everyone? Is everyone good? I love Joseph. Got double thumbs up. You're looking, oh, I've got this setting on my Zoom, guys, and it keeps exploding, and I don't really know how to control it or not to control the explosions, but I'm going to take them as a good thing. And just to let you know, if you need translation, we have Spanish, we have Portuguese, and we have Italian translation. So if you want to listen in those languages, we've got our amazing translators here, Federica and Chrisley and Anna, but there's an interpretation button at the bottom of your screen, a little round globe, and then you can select the drop-down menu for the language that you want to listen in. So welcome, and it is amazing to have you here.
Thank you very much, Jo. Good evening, everybody here, and welcome to our pre-course webinar for NLP around the world 2024. So we're just going to make sure now you know where to go. I'm on the spotlight. I need to go to gallery view. Yes, a good evening, everybody, and it might be morning for some of you or night for others. It's a pleasure to greet you here. The intention of this evening is for us to get to know each other a little bit, and for us, the NLP Academy, to share with you, some information that we think will be very, very useful for your preparation for the NLP Practitioner International Coaching course or the International Coaching course with new Code NLP. How you all doing, folks? How are you all doing? Give me a wave. Give me a smile. Good stuff, good stuff. You passed the first evaluation, how to smile well on camera. Just to introduce you to a few people here today, we have our Portuguese translator, Chrisley, who's actually from Brazil, but based in Croydon, where our NLP Academy used to be. Give us a wave, Chrisley. Now, if you're looking for Portuguese translation, you click on interpretation below, and then click Portuguesa. I'm getting there. So we have Federica, who's based in Switzerland, our Italian translator. She's going to give you a wave. She's there next to her husband. We call them the film stars. You can tell why. Give us a wave, Federica. She's down there in Switzerland, translating to Italian. Again, if you want Italian translation, you just click the interpretation and then Italiano. We have Ana Laura Brito over there in Argentina, doing the translation into Spanish. Give us a wave, Anna. There she is. So again, same thing. If you want a translation into Spanish, click the link, the interpretation box, and then you will hear Anna give him a translation. Now, I'm in Lagos, as is Mrs. Karen Shears over there. Give us a wave, Karen. So she's our NLP educational consultant here. Many of you would have spoken to Karen on the phone and experienced her excellent level of customer service, in facilitating your attending. We have Jo, who's already introduced herself, our excellent and most efficient business manager. There's Jo down there in Tunbridge Wells in Kent. We have Rita there, our administrator. She's going to take care of a lot of the admin that's going to come in the lead up to the course. There's Rita down there in Madrid. We have Jackie Nagy from Canada. She's our Canadian. She runs our Canadian satellite, so we'll give her a wave down there. And also Federica and Alessandro are running the Swiss satellite taking place in Luzon. That's the team. Obviously, it's not everybody who's attending the course is here, so there will be a recording of this. So for you, if you want to watch it again, as I say, it's a real pleasure to be putting this program on in multiple venues around the world. Lagos, Lausanne, Winnipeg, Canada, Manila, Philippines, Tunisia, and also India, Mumbai, and Pune. Is that everybody? Yeah. Okay, so we have about an hour this evening just to go through some basic information, let you know about the different options, certification requirements, and logistics. So we'll probably do another couple of catch-up meetings before. I'd like us to get to know each other as best as we can prior to the course. Our goal at the NLP Academy, and I founded this NLP Academy way back in 1996 when I was a lot younger than I am now. And when I founded the NLP Academy, I really wanted to make a difference in NLP in bringing high quality NLP trainings to the market. Now, I'd like you just to think about for a moment your goals or some of your goals for attending with us, wherever you're going to attend the course in May 2024. So just think about, what you want to achieve at the course, certain things you want to learn, and also what you want to do after the course. Once you've qualified as an NLP practitioner, a new Code NLP practitioner, and an international coach. So if you think about what you want to do after, my goal is simple: for you to achieve your goals. And we will do everything within our capabilities, which are very high, to create the experience for you to facilitate and achieve your goals. Does that sound good? That sound good? Now, there's a flip side to it. We're not going to give you an easy ride. It's not our goal to make it easy for you. Yeah, we'll support you. It's our goal to take you out of the comfort zone. This is what I mean, our goal. John Grinder, Carmen, and myself as the main trainers, and then the satellite trainers, which are Alessandro, Federica, and Jackie Nagy, and there are others as well, to challenge you sufficiently so that when you leave this course, you're not an ordinary coach. I don't do ordinary and I don't do normal. Anyone who knows me will tell you that. We do extraordinary, yeah? And we want you to be extraordinary coaches. And the adventure, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, is only just beginning. You may have done other courses, you may already be a coach, but consider this a fresh start and an adventure that's going to go on for a long, long time. I got into NLP when I was in my early 30s. Yeah, and now I'm nearly 60. When you meet me after February the 18th, I will be 60. Now, you're supposed to all look shocked at that and go, no, how could he look 60? So you'll get used to the humor. So I've been doing this 30 years, and I am as passionate today as I was in my early 30s when I began this adventure about bringing change to other people's lives and to bring in high quality courses to the public, to offering very, very high quality experiences to you to make a difference in this world. This world, without getting too political, or philosophical, is getting more difficult to navigate day by day, not just for everyday people, but people in crisis centers around the world, where there are real hardcore crises going on. So the world really needs what we can offer with NLP and new Code NLP. So that's a big picture frame. Does that sound like a good big picture? Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. We're now going to chunk down and go into some of the detail. Hello, Dorothy. This is Dorothy down there. She's our Guatemalan trainer. She's running the satellite in Guatemala. So Joe's going to put up a PowerPoint presentation now, which I'm going to just flip through some of the parts of it. Now, when you see this on your screen, I'm going to go small, as is everybody else. You can pull, there's a navigation bar that you can pull across and to make so you can see the people and you can see the presentation. The navigation bar is on the right to the PowerPoint screen. This is NLP around the world, NLP Practitioner and International Coaching Certification in 2 modules, led by Dr. John Grinder, the co-creator of NLP, Carmen Bostic St Clair, co-creator of New Code NLP, and me, Michael Carroll, founder of the NLP Academy, and also a co-developer of New Code NLP. I have been working with John Grinder and Carmen Bostic St Clair since 2002. It's a real privilege to work with them and be able to bring John and Carmen, albeit in a slightly different way these days, to the world, so you can learn, from the originator of NLP and the originators of New Code NLP. As I say, the course takes place in 2 modules. So go to the next screen, please, now, Joe. If we go to the next screen. So, are you hearing me, Joe? Has the screen changed, or is it just my side?
Yep, the screen has changed. Are you not seeing that?
Hasn't changed our side, Joe.
Oh, bear with me just a second.
There we go.
Has that changed?
It's changed now, yeah?
Okay, good.
So the NLP, if you go up one module, one screen again. So the NLP Practitioner, up one. It falls into 2 modules. Module 1, Core Skills NLP, 3rd to the 9th of May. And then module 2, the International Coaching with New Code NLP, 3rd to the 10th of May. And then the second module, 12th to the 19th of May. Go to the next slide, please, Joe. So we have the 2 modules. These are all our satellite trainers, which those of you who are going on a satellite will get to know. Not only are we the most brilliant team in NLP, I personally think we're the best looking. There you go. Look at all those beautiful satellite trainers there. We got Carroll in Manila, Dorothy in Guatemala, Monjir in Tunisia, Jackie in Canada, Ridhima in Pune, India, Ahana in Mumbai, India, excuse me, and Federica and Alessandro in Switzerland. We go down the slide now. So our goals, here's our agenda for this evening. For those of you going to come to Lagos, we're going to tell you a little bit about the region, transportation and accommodation, how to get here, where to stay. We'll touch slightly on the satellite venues, but that's more bespoke. So for those who have gone on a satellite venue, you can contact us and we'll give you the information about the areas where they're going to be hosted. Hana's here now, good. So Module 1, Core Skills of NLP, 6th to 10th of May, Classic NLP. Module 2, New Code NLP for Coaching Excellence, 12th to 19th of May. We also have a Master Practitioner taking place here in Lagos, 3rd to the 15th of June, 2004. If you're taking the course at home, there is an online option. It's the same online, but the certification is different. One unique thing about this course, which actually came about in COVID, which I continued, You know, a lot of people made cuts in COVID. We made additions. So in COVID, all the courses were online. Yeah, so we gave everybody a free repeat option. No matter where, if you take this slide down there, Joe, no matter where you take the course, yeah, online, satellite, or live, you've got one free repeat option in 2025. You know, so once you've learned something, the opportunity to review it will take your learnings to another level. Is that amazing? One free repeat option. Am I getting generous am I approaching 60? You're supposed to go, no, you can't be 60. Right, let's get on to the next screen. That Joseph, he deserves a very high pass. He's laughing, so he's got the he's got the sense of humor. So let's go back to the PowerPoint, please. So we go to the next screen. Lagos is here. Oh, sorry. This is what we're going to talk logistics. We'll talk about course documentation. So there is some documentation. There's a pre-course questionnaire for you to fill out. We're going to go to certificates. Balance payments isn't that relevant. Your language of choice and your next steps after the course. So this is what we're going to cover: the area and the certification and logistics. We'll go to the next screen now, please, Joe. So Lagos, let me tell you a little bit about Lagos. Karen's husband, Matt, attended, if you take the screen, PowerPoint down now. Karen's husband, Karen's going to wave again. I'm not sure if he's there. He's a hypnotist from Essex, yeah, in England, but is based in the Algarve, down here in Lagos. We used to run these courses in Sesimbra, near Lisbon. And Matt came up and attended the course because he wanted to supplement his hypnosis work. He's an excellent hypnotist working with clients down here in Lagos. Persuaded me to come down here to Lagos to take a look at some venues to run courses. He persuaded me successfully. I didn't need a lot of persuasion because the place is beautiful. I ran the course here last May, yeah, and moved here. I live here now in October. Yeah, so I went home, got the NLP Academy building rented out, got a house rented out, shifted everything here. So that's how beautiful Lagos is. I moved here 3 months after the course. Got great friends here. It's a lovely, really beautiful town. Very international for people who come in from other countries. It's really geared up. The people here are amazing. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. I am happy down here. Thank you very much, Tamara. Very, very happy. It's actually sunny most of the time, although it did rain today. So Lagos is situated an hour if you're coming in from overseas, from Faro Airport. There is a bus and a train from Faro to Lagos. So you can arrange an Uber. Usually what happens, we'll set up a WhatsApp group, about a month before the course, when we've got more people booked on. And then people interact. Often people coming in round about the same times. Sometimes they share transportation. And sometimes people choose, they get to know each other to share Airbnbs. Just depending from where you're coming from in the world, you may need to fly to Lisbon and then get a flight from Lisbon to the Algarve, to Faro, or to London, or another capital city in Europe to make your connection. You can travel from, Portugal's got very good public transport. You can travel from Lisbon to Lagos by train or bus. The train's 3.3 hours, very precise there. The bus journey is 4 hours directly into Lagos. Portugal is very, very safe to travel on buses. Portugal is very, very safe to travel on trains. Lagos is very safe to walk around at night time. It's very, very safe in all areas, for transportation. You'll feel very, very safe here. The Portuguese people are very friendly down here. And I'll say it's got an excellent expat community of people from all over the world have chose to live here. And generally speaking, it's kind of like a melting pot of people from all over the world. A lot of American people, Australian people, Dutch, German, French, Italians, all come together. Very, very nice. So there you are. if you're coming here. We'll go to the next screen now, Joe. Now if you want to stay at the Villa Gale, it's a 4-star hotel, spa hotel, beautiful pool, located right on the beach. Yeah, it's a little out of town, about 10 minutes walk to the marina, but it is a really, really good hotel. Some people just like the idea of staying in the hotel, getting up in the morning, going down, having breakfast. It's got a great breakfast. The sun will be out at 8, but then the sun will be out at 9 o'clock in the morning. Go down to the beach in the morning, and then start the course. We have a discount. We're going to send you this with the hotel. They don't have set prices. It's a bit like when you book an airline. It depends on availability. May the hotel will not be booked, but the prices do go up between now and May. So if you're thinking about booking into the hotel and haven't done so, I'd recommend you do now because the price will increase. Excuse me. There's a lot of Airbnb accommodation. We have got local suppliers of accommodation. Karen Shears here can help. She's connected with the real estate industry. If you want to know about, sometimes you might get an Airbnb. When I came here first in October, my apartment wasn't ready. It took a while to get ready. This one where I'm staying now. And I stayed in 3 different Airbnb accommodations. One right on the beach, one was a little out, one was in the town. The price was good, and the hosts are good, and the area is good. Obviously, you need to check when you book an Airbnb how far it is from the venue. Sometimes when you book the Airbnb, because you can't directly see where the Airbnb is located on the Airbnb map, so you may want to just check with Karen. Karen's lived here for over 20 years. And knows the accommodations very, very well. So you've got 2 options, Villa Gale or Airbnb. There's also guest house directly opposite, which is, what's that guest house called, Joe? It's called the 1970s.
Yeah, it's like it's called something like the cheap 60s or 70s inn, which
It's
sounds
cheap.
terrible, but it's better than that.
Well, yeah, it is cheap. And I did look at it when I did arrive here, and I didn't stay there. That's just me, though. But it is cheap, yeah, and safe. It's up a little lane. So look at that, the 1970s hotel. A couple of people stayed there, but were okay. Again, the hours of this course are quite different. So you will be spending probably more time than usual in the Airbnbs, particularly in the mornings, with the hours to the course. So we've got those options. Again, if you have any questions regarding travel to Lagos or Lagos in general, Karen has lived here for a long, long time, and is excellent at supporting our clients, with any questions that you might have. We go to the next screen now, Joe. So we're going to send you this slide again. So we'll send you this slide so you've got all the details as to there's the email, there's the website, there's the address if you want to look up exactly where it is. As I say, it's located on the beach, a little out of the marina, about 10 minutes from the marina. The Lagos Marina has got a lot of international restaurants, as well as Portuguese restaurants, lots to do. And in May, it's nice because May's a great time to work here because it's not too hot, and it's not too busy. It's at that time just before the main season starts, so it's very comfortable, both in temperature, and in as I say, it's not quiet, but it's not too busy. I really enjoyed it last May. Go to the next slide, please, Joe.
Just to mention really quickly that the email that was sent with the pre-course seminar, there is a link to a document about accommodation and travel.
Okay.
So it's got this information about the Villa Gale, it's got some taxi recommendations and rental recommendations.
Excellent. So thank you very much for that, Joe. I remember now to put this document together. So we've got that document that has been sent out to you as well. Thanks, Joe. So Lagos was originally a maritime town, now a popular tourist destination with a selection of lovely beaches. I mean, the beaches here are amazing. They've got these rock formations from a geological perspective. There's a lot to see here. My son and his wife visited here last week. We were out on boat in early January. Yeah? We were out on boat trips, walks. The nature as well as the tourist aspects. The nature is perfect. If you eat seafood, I know not everybody does. Seafood is divine. Overall, the food in the restaurants is to a very high standard down here. So that's for those of you who are coming to Lagos. We go to the next slide, please, Joe. So now, again, these are the satellites. If we go to the next one. These are our satellite trainers. They'll give you a wave if they are here. So, and again, if you want to contact the satellite trainers, sorry, if you want to contact us, if you book with us or you book directly with your satellite, they will tell you about their venues. All their venues are slightly smaller, but they're in very good areas in their own respective towns. In Switzerland, we've got Alessandro and Federica. In Lausanne. In Tunisia, we're in Tunis with Mongia. We've got 2 satellites in India. We've got Mumbai and Pune, and Ahana, who's here now. Are you there, Ahana? Give me a wave. I saw you logged in. There's Ahana. She's in Mumbai. And then our other colleagues in Pune. So you've got 2 choices in there. Canada, we've got Jackie Nagy. Give us a wave, Jackie. In the Philippines, we got, that should say Carroll Manilake. And in Guatemala City, we got the legend Dorothy down there. Give us a wave, Dorothy. So there you go. And there'll be full translation into Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, and French. Just to make this clear, the French will be coming from Tunisia. So there is a slight variation, but we've got full translation into those languages. How it all works is, if we go to the next slide now, please, Joe. So these satellite trainers have actually been handpicked for me. They don't apply. I contact them. They've been handpicked by me, John, and Carmen. They've all run successful businesses of their own. They've all taken their NLP training and new code training. They're NLP certified trainers and new code NLP trainers facilitate our classes. Alessandro became a trainer with us when we ran in Croydon way back in 2007. Was it, Alessandro? 2007 or 2006? So that's how experienced our team is. Jackie Nagy became a trainer with us in, I think, 2009 in Brighton. The others are a little newer along their way. Our translator, Anna Lara, as well. She runs our Latin American client services team. She's been a trainer with us since 2016. Dorothy, I think 2020, same as Ahana. So we've got excellent experience. All of these people are running their own NLP courses. They're all issuing ITCA certificates. ITCA, the International Trainers and Coaching Academy, is an organization, a membership organization set up by John, Carmen, and I. It was originally a trainers organization. These trainers stand with the highest of standing with John, Carmen, and I, and we're very, very proud to have them as satellite trainers. This satellite thing came out in COVID, when people couldn't travel. So what we did was say, look, and Jackie Nagy was actually the first, Jackie down there in Winnipeg. What I said, look, all you got to do is get a group of people together in your venue and a big TV screen and a good microphone and a good camera. And John, Carmen, and I will, the course is streamed live into that venue. You can interact with us because there's 2 cameras, one on you and the camera's on you, and obviously the camera on us. You can ask questions of John, Carmen, and I in the same way. You're all on a big screen for me, so I see you all. All on a big screen for John and Carmen, who'll be in California. Yeah, and then you do all the exercises in your venue. Yeah, and the satellite trainer then certifies you as a trainer. As a practitioner, and you get the full certification. So it's not the same as an online training because all the practical elements are there. It works very well for people who maybe are a long way away, Asia, Latin America, US, or Canada, who travel to Europe. Might be prohibited through price. It might be a bit expensive, or your family. You want to do it locally. So it works very, very well. We're very proud of the satellite trainers. Let's go to the next slide. So here we have it, the course structure. Core Skills NLP, 6th to 10th of May, exclusively with Michael Carroll, me. I'll be live in Lagos. So anyone who comes to Lagos, you'll see that I'm equally as good looking in the flesh as I am on camera. Boom, boom. And I will have turned 60 by the time you're there. So those hours, and again, because we're streaming around the world, we work 1 to 7 Portuguese time, which is the same as London time. We do run optional sessions in the morning for those of you very keen, but this does give you an opportunity to, run your business in the morning. Or if you bring your family, to hang out with your family in the morning as well. In this module, I cover what's known as Classic Code NLP. The original NLP developed by John Grinder and Richard Bandler. This is not a Classic Code NLP certification. That goes into the next module. So people who take this module get a core skills diploma. But then you go to the next module, which is called New Code NLP for Coaching Excellence, 12th to the 19th of May, with Dr. John Grinder, the co-creator of NLP. Carmen Bostic St Clair, co-creator of New Code NLP, and me, the founder of the NLP Academy. John and Carmen, 7 days training, 1 day evaluation. Out of those 7 days, John and Carmen teach 5 of the days, and I teach 2 of the days, and then my team and the satellite trainers run the evaluations. Just to get this clear, and I want to be very clear about this because sometimes there is ambiguity. John and Carmen are working from California, and they are streamed to the venue in Portugal on the big screen, as they are in all other venues. I'm there live in person, and in the other venues, the satellite trainers are there in person, which they will facilitate, supervise the exercises and the evaluation. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next slide. So 19th of May, again, for those, this is important for those of you coming to Europe or coming to Portugal. On the 19th of May, the classes, this is evaluation day, the classes in Europe will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. UK Portuguese time. So people have got to get flights out, because and the last day is the evaluation. All other classes will run on a standard published course time, unless there's any adjustment, which there may be marginally. Just depends on how many people we've got to evaluate and people's travel arrangements. But if you're coming to Portugal, we finish at, or if you're coming to Lagos or Lausanne, we finish at 4 p.m. on the last day, which is the 19th of May, which is also an evaluation day. Go to the next slide. So this is what you're going to cover on Core Skills NLP. The core NLP patterns of rapport, calibration, language patterns, representational systems. Now, if this doesn't mean much to you right now, that's fine. You don't need any prerequisites to enter this module. You don't need to do any reading in advance, although you can. All the content will be covered inductively. The way we teach, John, Carmen, and I work is layering natural experiences for your learning. So sometimes a little bit of knowledge can get in your way. The way we teach it is inductively, through exercises, experiences, and so forth. So language precision, hypnotic communication, and classic code NLP interventions. After these 5 days, you'll have learned NLP for building good rapport with people, influence, persuasion, making deep connections. You're understanding how other people build their maps of the world, so you can facilitate communication which matches their maps of the world. How to use certain questions to really get under the surface of fluffy communication. How to communicate hypnotically, hypnotic patterns. And then some core interventions for simple change processes on self and others. John, Carmen, and I are very big on self-application. Be your first client. A lot of people want to become NLP practitioners to work with others, which is very noble. But if you work with yourself first, as Mahatma Gandhi said, you will be the change that you want to see in the world. Yeah. And I love that saying, that quote, to be the change that you want to see in the world. Let's go to the next module now. So then we're going to go to New Code NLP for Coaching Excellence, which is module 2. And again, New Code NLP was created originally by John Grinder when he reviewed his work with Richard Bandler. Yeah, and after 9 years of working, he had developed hindsight insights into how we would do things differently if you're starting again. And he sought to update the classic code, and make it more effective with new patterns that were aimed at the practitioner first. So John Grinder sought to address what he considered to be major incongruencies in NLP practitioners. That was, they were very good at helping others change, but totally ineffective at applying the patterns to themselves. And this is where New Code come in. It started in 1988, but it's an ongoing field. So John, Carmen, and I are still developing new patterns. Some people here, including Jackie, Dorothy, Alessandra, and I think Ahana as well, was on our New Code NLP for Extraordinary Coaching program, where John, he just rolled off a whole bunch of new patterns, just rolled them off, and in the moment, and it was just stunning to watch, and you'll see this with John, that he has never stopped. He's 83 now. He has never stopped developing patterns. So it's a privilege for us to work with John and Carmen and New Code NLP, because the field is constantly evolving. Alessandra and Federica are applying NLP patterns with medical doctors, and people who are for medical interventions. Each one of our coaches and trainers who are highly qualified, are applying the patterns in really unique areas with full support from John, Carmen, and I. We don't just sit back we have to sit back a little bit, I guess, after the course. But we just don't sit back after the course. We want you to be the very best you can be. This is what you're going to learn in the second module, the New Code NLP change format, which is the base of the traditional NLP New Code patterns. So you're going to learn the New Code NLP processes for change, the 3-stage coaching protocol developed by me, which packages the patterns into different elements for different stages in the coaching process. Non-linear coaching formats. Most coaching formats out there are very linear. Think of what you want, think of your goals, think of your problem, map a journey. That's actually quite limiting, because your outcome can only be derived from the logic of the problem. Anna's back. Did Anna get cut out? So, we look at non-linear coaching is non-verbal and provocative coaching, metaphors, congruency testing, pattern detection, intention, and hidden intention. That's the kind of syllabus. If you take the slides down now. And again, good stuff. Everybody give me a wave. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, and hoo-ha. Welcome back, Anna. So again, the way John and Carmen work, one thing you're going to notice about us, the minute you see each one and see and hear each one of us in action, and it can be a bit unusual at first for people, we have 3 completely different styles. Completely different. Yeah. And we have 3 very different approaches of teaching. And we have 3 very different ways of applying the patterns. Yeah, it's almost like 3 courses. But if we're all the same, you'd only need one of us. We wouldn't need 3 of us. Each one of us brings our unique experience. John Grinder, as the originator of NLP with Richard Bandler. There's only 2 people invented NLP, with a third man in the background, Frank Puslik. Yeah, so, when you are in a company of a Grinder or Bandler or Puslik, you're there with the people who were there at the beginning, who've got knowledge like none of us can have, because they experienced that whole adventure, which it was an adventure, and it was a crazy adventure of creating NLP. You know, and then John met Carmen in 1988. And when John met Carmen, Carmen, at that time in her life, was a CEO of an organization with 37 subsidiaries. You know, so Carmen's application, as well as working with her family, Carmen's application was in a established business. Yeah, established business, you know, and running the patterns with teams of people in business. My background's entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. There's a difference in a business person who works for a company. You know, my background's I'm an entrepreneur. In my early 20s, with no experience at all, I joined a financial services company as a financial consultant, which is a posh word for in sales, or posh phrase for salesman or salesperson. 22 years of age. 4 years later, I bought that company, yeah, from scratch. And I got into NLP because, number one, I wanted to apply it to myself. I realized I had limitations based on where I grew up and all my patterns and so forth. I had limitations, yeah, even though I was doing very well. You know, I was a family man by then, so I wanted to apply NLP on myself for self-improvement. And in my business, I wanted to apply it by psychologically, like understanding the different way that my team reacted, and clients. You know, so I applied it as an entrepreneur. NLP, that was my first interest. Always very interested in personal development. By the time I was 30 years ago, I was very successful. Very, very successful. And if anybody looked in at Michael Carroll from the outside, they would have thought, wow, you know, because I had all the trimmings and trappings of what people consider success: money, houses, cars, holidays. But I was empty inside. I'd lost myself in that business. Yeah, I felt like it was Groundhog Day. If you ever remember that film, where it's the same day over and over again. Yeah, I felt like I was Groundhog Day every day of my life. And I thought to myself, there's got to be more in life from work than just making than making money. Yeah. You know, money's easy to make. Very, very easy. You know that? You know, happiness is a whole different story. So I quit the financial services industry. I had 3 kids at the time, got 3 kids at the time. So I couldn't do an immediate jump. But I started this business in 1996 as a hobby. And in 1998, it was a full-time business and a major force in the NLP world. It wasn't the NLP Academy at the time. It had a different name. In the year 2000, I launched it as the NLP Academy. In 2002, 6 years later, I was working with the co-creator of NLP. Now, I'm telling you this, not to brag, but I once was the new boy on the block. Yeah. So I started this from nothing. Yeah. I didn't have connections. I made the connections. So you've got 3 groups, 3 people with extraordinary levels of expertise in different levels. Yeah. Carmen was the same. She didn't have the NLP name behind her that John Grinder had and created for himself in the 70s. We weren't a part of that 70s adventure. But Carmen was a part of the new evolution of NLP in the 80s, in the wake of when Bandler and Grinder split up. Yeah, and I came in the 90s when NLP had spread so far, but hadn't spread well. You know, NLP hasn't got the best reputation in all places. You'll know that. You know, you get people trying to teach NLP practitioner courses in 5 days. Yeah, whole courses there. You get sleazy trainers out there, badly trained trainers. You know, so what I wanted to do before I even met John and Carmen was to bring some respectability to the field and quality. So aside from what we will teach you, what you'll get from three of us is three completely different styles, which initially might be a bit weird. Yeah. But when it comes together, yeah, especially as we teach inductively, when it comes together, and Alessandro, Chrisley, Karen, Jackie, Anna, Laura, Dorothy, and Ahana, who are all trainers with us. They've all gone through their journey, practitioner, master practitioner, would tell you it's magic. Am I right, guys? Yeah, it's magic. And look at their faces. Yeah. And they then go on to share that magic with people. And we want to support you to genuinely be the very best you can be. I don't want to offer you a training course. Yeah. And also, I don't want your money just for a training course. I want to offer you a life experience with John and Carmen that will be with you forever, the changes you make, and that you can pass it on so the people, who you work with, your clients, can benefit from these amazing patterns that Bandler and Grinder created, and then John and Carmen have created since, with additions from me. If you get close to us, which you can, you can become a pattern developer as well. We're not a closed shop in any way. And even though John's on the big screen and Carmen's on the big screen, he's very, very interactive with the people. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go back to the PowerPoint, please, Joe. Go to the next slide, please. So here's a certification. So if you attend part 1 and 2 live in Portugal or live at a satellite venue, excuse me, you get an NLP Practitioner Classic Code certificate, and you get a new Code NLP Practitioner certificate. Okay, so you get 2 certificates from your evaluation on the 19th of May. Now, we test you thoroughly, so make sure you turn up for all the sessions and learn well. So we want to make sure you're competent in the execution of the patterns. We're not interested whether you can name them, right? Because they've got weird names anyway. If you ever read an NLP book, they've got long, weird names. Yeah, the patterns, that is. Okay? But we're interested in, can you apply them? Can you execute them in the context of coaching other people? Now, this is the beginning for most people. So, not everybody, but, there'll be, as you develop, there's so much further to go, but this is the beginning to get you started and competent with NLP. If you attend part 1 only, it's NLP Core Skills Diploma. And part 2, if you're already an NLP practitioner with us or with another institute, you can come for part 2 only, and then you get a new Code NLP Practitioner for Coaching Excellence. We do need to see your certificate, that you have attended an NLP practitioner. Now, you can do a blended training. So you can do part 1 online, 5 days, part 2 live at a venue. Well, all the venues only doing part 2. So anyone who's attending a satellite, you'll do part 1 online. And online, I mean in your home. And in part 2, live or a satellite class, the certification is the same. NLP Practitioner Classic Code and new Code NLP Practitioner. Okay, so all of that happens at the courses. If you're attending only online, remember you can come back next year for module 2 or the whole lot and repeat it to get the full certifications. And you can repeat the course next year. Our requirement is that you repeat a whole module. So either module 1 and or module 2. Initially, when we did this, we had people dipping in and out, and it became very difficult to manage. So if you're going to do something, you're going to do it. We don't accept things by half, but you've got a full, free repeat option. Now, let's talk about now the International Coaching Certification. So we've done that. So the International Coaching Certification, which is part 3, which is part 2 if it's just the international, if you're just doing the new Code NLP course. It's an additional option for those learners who seek accreditation as an international coach through the NLP Academy. Now, this evaluation takes place 4 to 12 weeks after the course. And how this works is you arrange a live client session in your own place of work, and you conduct that coaching session on Zoom whilst you're being observed by one of our evaluators. Yeah, you pass that, and then bingo, you've got the International Coaching Certification. We want to put this in place because it does test people, with a live client situation. Because otherwise it's a bit, you get an NLP practitioner certificate, but for some people, they've never actually done an intervention with a client. You're doing a role play in the class. So for coaching, we wanted to make it a little bit more realistic with this. And then you're eligible to join ITCA, which is the International, if you go to the next slide, please, Joe, which is the International Trainers and Coaching. If you go down one. Okay. All right, we'll start it. There's another slide of ITCA. ITCA is the International Trainers and Coaching Academy, which you will be eligible to join as NLP practitioner, new Code NLP practitioner, or or an international coach. So whatever your level of certification is, and this is an organization, we've just opened it up to the coaches. There'll be support forums, ways to engage with mentors, guidance, articles, videos, etc. We're still working on getting it all together, but we want a really high quality membership organization, to give you the support after the course. There'll be an annual fee to join, obviously, but your name will be listed there as an international coach if you've done that part of the course. Now, next week, we're going to send you a pre-course questionnaire, which is quite simple application form where, you're going to tell us what your experience is so far and what your goals are for the course. Yeah, this is useful to us so we know the overall mix in the room. Yeah, and also what people's expectations are. So please fill out that when it comes next week. Joe's going to send out the pre-course questionnaire. Get it done straight away, because sometimes if people put it off, when they're rushing, they're doing it on the plane and so on. You're all serious about becoming a coach. So when you get this piece of paperwork, this is really, you've invested in the course. Now you're going to start thinking about, what you really want from this course and share with us your current experience. Excuse me. Language of choice is quite important so we can arrange your manual. And the current languages available are Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and French. There will be a training agreement. Just to get this clear, this training agreement isn't that restrictive. It just means that how you market yourself, you give full credit to the trainers, and that you will not teach these patterns unless you're a qualified trainer by us. Dress code, there is no formal dress code on the course or online. Just be aware that sometimes in these seminar rooms, the temperature is about 21 degrees. So some people might find that a bit cold, so bring layers of clothes. I mean, it seems silly. Everyone who attends online, obviously you dress accordingly, but I do request that all men wear a shirt. Sometimes they come on without it. We have people from all cultures on this course, so we've got to be respectful, that you're going to be on a course that you are appropriately dressed. Casually, you haven't got to wear a suit, although I do wear a suit. You just come down as you feel comfortable. Okay, so we're going to send that pre-course questionnaire and training agreement next week. Then in that will be, you'll actually tell us your language of choice in that questionnaire. Master Practitioner, for those of you interested in taking it to another level, talk to Karen or Anna Laura's team, if Anna Laura's team booked you on, or Nicole. That's the 3rd to 15th of June, also in May, exclusively with me. Right now, we have a 15% discount off our early booking price, which actually brings it down to, I think, £2,444. If you're interested in that, let us know. I won't go into the content now, but we will send you this slide. We've got a special discount on it for upgrades on this course. Some people already booked it, so the discounts, we always give discounts, but the discounts are always more generous the earlier you book. So the people who have already booked it, they've got the best offer. You've now got a very good offer. This offer will be available for 7 days for you if you want to upgrade to Master Practitioner. Hang out with us for another 12 days in sunny Lagos. or online. Now, we've also got coming up. Oh, here's another thing. If you want to bring a friend, you can refer a friend, and we'll give you a friend a 10% discount off their program, which is quite a generous discount. Or you could take the 10%. If they pay the current price, you could take the 10% towards your next NLP Academy booking. So if you want to refer your friends, just let us know. We'll greet your friends warmly. And Karen, Nicole, our our educational consultant in Guatemala, and also Anna Laura's team in Argentina, will give your friends a very friendly, warm welcome and a 10% discount. You may have seen on Facebook social media that we're running a program called New Code NLP for a High Performance Life. This is, if you really want to get a feel for this is next week, the 20th of January. We've got a special offer for that for this group of £39. We'll send you that link. The full price is $99. We're currently selling to everybody else at $49, so we give you a bit of a discount. This is self-application, so if you take the slide down now, Joe. This is self-application day, New Code NLP for a High Performance Life. It's like in January for many people who celebrate Christmas and the New Year. Hoo-ha, January the 1st. People make random commitments without thinking them through. By the time 2 weeks or 3 weeks have gone, they're looking at the credit card statements. They smash the card to pieces over Christmas. They realize, usually in Europe, the weather's pretty terrible, although not over here. Yeah. And they realize all their goals and commitments have gone out the window. So that is a tradition, not a tradition, but that is the case for many people. So I put this seminar on the 20th of January. So once the kind of dust has settled in the new year, the people can really think about what they want in 2024 and how they want to be different. If you'd like to join us for that, you can do so. There is a very special price of £39, which is pretty good for a day's training with me online. We were going to work 1 till 7, so we've got 6 hours. We'll take breaks, but it'd be intense. Yeah, when you get to know me, am I intense, guys? People who know me? Am I intense? But I push people. I'm not here to make your life easy. Yeah, I'm here to facilitate high performance. High performance isn't easy, but it's not as difficult as people want it to be. So I'm here to take the extremes out of the difficulties out of high performance, but it still isn't going to be easy. Most people are challenged with high performance, not from the activities, but from their thinking processes, internal dialogues, patterns that get in their way, procrastination patterns, imposter patterns, sabotage patterns, all that stuff that we've all gone through. Yeah, so sometimes we just got to recognize it. Like, how do I mess myself up sometimes? Yeah, and how can that be different for me? So if you want to look at this seminar, £39, I would love to have you there. Now, so that's it, everybody, for this webinar. I've done it although I'm talking quite quickly, I have done this in 1 hour flat, and we're on time. I think you've got to go, Anna Laura, yeah? Oh, bang on. Who's having a Spanish translation? Okay, so Anna's been translating. All right, so Anna's going to shoot off. Anna, I think Junior's on that. Thank you so much for translating. Happy New Year to you. It's always lovely to see your smiling face down there in Argentina. I just want to, so thanks, Anna, just really as a way of closing, if everybody could just type in that chat. I haven't looked at the chat. Joe's put in the links. I'm just going to, my alarm's just going. Excuse me, yeah, because it's annoying me. Right. So everybody type in the chat box where you're from, yeah? Please. Let's get a sense as to where you're all from. Hello, bonsoir. Greetings from Czech Republic. Greetings to you, Jerusalem and Israel. Greetings, Winnipeg, Canada. Los Angeles. Greetings to Los Angeles. Miami, Florida. Wonderful. Juliana. Also, you staff and team members can do it as well, so they know where you're from. Alina from Thailand. Chris Lee from Brazil and Ukraine. Dimitri from Israel. Welcome, Dimitri. Germany, greetings, Germany from Sabine. Rita Roca from Portugal, living in Madrid. I'm from Croydon originally, but now in Lagos. Karen Shears also in Lagos. Alessandra and Federica in Switzerland. Anna Laura's in Argentina. And we got Ahana down there in Mumbai. Okay, any questions? I could take a couple of questions if you want to ask any questions regarding, the course. Anything you want to ask about NLP in general. We could take a few questions. You put your hand up, and then we'll spotlight you, and then we can interact. If anyone's got any questions. Okay, I've covered it all. I want to just say, firstly, a big thank you to you all for making the investment in the NLP Academy. I appreciate it's a big investment, especially those of you who are traveling, to here. It's much more than the course investment. Obviously you've got the airfares and the accommodation. And I really respect anybody who is willing to make that investment in themselves. And I'm always very grateful and respectful when they do it with my company, the NLP Academy. We will work our socks off together. This is a two-way process. We'll create a context for you, John, Carmen, myself, the satellite trainers, and our team we have at each of the venue. We will go, and believe me, the people who work with me on these courses will verify this. We go from morning to dusk or beyond, in our preparation, we tailor the course. So whilst we have it designed in advance, the group will always, and people in the group will be a part of how we steer this course. So we don't just run a course off, NLP using the PowerPoints. We dance with the audience. Yeah, if that makes sense. We dance with you, metaphorically. How you dance, what it is you need from us, what the groups need from us, and what the individuals need from us. It's always a pleasure to have an international group like you in the class. It gives everybody an opportunity to experience different cultures, and people from all over the world. It really is a beautiful experience. Remember, you want to share this with a friend, you can. If you want to work with us further, you can upgrade to the Masters. If you want to join me on the 20th of January, please do so. A big thank you to our translators, Anna Laura down there in Argentina, Chris Lee down here, Chris Lee over there in Croydon, and Federica down there in Switzerland. I think there's a couple of questions in the chat box. Okay, yeah. So, and big thank you for our satellite trainers. Let's get all the satellite trainers on the spotlight, Joe. The ones that are here, so we could do a screenshot, yeah? We've got Jackie and Dorothy. There's Anna Hana. There you go, Hana. There's Jackie. And Dorothy. Still here, Doc?
Dorothy has dropped off
All right.
for a momento.
Well said. Smiling. Hang on, I've got to move it. Right. I've got to get this ready. Screenshot time. Smile. Very good. Very good. Let's get the translators on now. This is just for a bit of publicity. Let's get the translators on now. Please. There we go. interpreters, actually, is a proper word. Smile interpreters. What a beautiful bunch of people you are, and highly educated. Very good. Okay. Now, everyone wave at me in a moment. Actually, everyone do the heart, yeah? Now, this will be on social media. So you don't be on social media, turn your camera off, yeah? Now, everybody do the heart. Now, Joe, can you do it? Because if you do the screenshot, yeah? You got it? Perfecto. All right. Let's do this with heart, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm wishing you the very best for 2024. And I am totally delighted that you've decided to join us for our adventure in 2024. Until I see you next, be brilliant, because you are over and out from me. Thank you again.